Hey, y'all, raise your glasses. As we sharing this moment in time, let's drink to us. And all the real ones listening while we kick it on wax, let's drink to that.
Cheers. Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, we're back.
Your happy hour partners are finally back in the building.
We needed a little time.
We was doing our fall break. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Letting the season come to us.
The fall feel. Absolutely.
And of course, yesterday was a national holiday. If you
Ew, Jamaican air horns.
It was a very special occasion in the goddamn Dallas area.
Mm-hmm.
Oak Cliff's finest had her anniversary of life.
Yes.
Happy 35th birthday, Sydney.
Thank you so much. Oh, applause.
Applause is in there. And you might see that we had to do something special for this occasion.
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to just let the outcome of their greatness.
Yes. Okay. I like that.
Do the honors.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, yesterday was my birthday. I turned the beautiful 35, big Sagittarius energy. And with me being 35, I wanted to bring people who are near and dear to my heart, who I've known for 35 years. It's the longest relationship I've ever had. And it's really important for me to have them here because they also are celebrating their 35th wedding anniversary this year. So be kind to them, love on them, and enjoy them. I want to introduce y'all to my parents, Carol Chandler and Stefan Chandler. Yay!
Hello.
You know what? We want to let y'all, first of all, warm up to the audience. And so we're going to let y'all introduce yourselves and let these people know who and how Carol and Stefan were able to make this work. And why I say that is because I was asking before the show, kind of just, throwing some questions out there just to kind of see exactly like how the feel of the show would be. But I really just want to find out exactly how y'all met. First of all, let them know exactly where y'all from, who y'all are.
Rep your sets.
That's the thing I want to get to before we end this show.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we're going to let the lady do the honors first.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Twan. I'm excited to be here. I think we both are excited to be here. We couldn't sleep last night just thinking about today. But at any rate, I'm Carol Chandler. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a proud graduate of Roosevelt High School, class of 79.
Woo woo.
After high school, I attended Jarvis Christian College. And I was Miss Jarvis, by the way.
Okay, she was in Ebony.
And that's where I met Stefan when we were both attending Jarvis. And so that's kind of how we met.
So y'all were college sweethearts.
Yeah.
Now, sir, who are you? Who is this next to you, ma'am?
I see him over there laughing.
Who do you have next to you, ma'am?
That's Stefan.
Well, I'm super excited as well, and just glad to be here to share this moment with my daughter, my spouse, and the young man who put all this together. I'm Stefan Chandler from Houston, Texas, Fifth Ward's finest.
Okay, Fifth Ward.
That's right, Fifth Ward in the house. Actually graduated high school in 1980. Played on the 1980 state basketball championship.
Drop them stats.
I got to drop those stats. Where we rocked, of course, Houston is in the South. We played Plano in the North, so it was the North versus the South.
And you was at Cashmere, right?
Cashmere.
Period.
And so I went to Jarvis Christian College and saw this foxy young lady on the tennis court. But at the time, she was somewhat occupied, so I had to wait. And so I went home, and a couple of years later, I saw her in this magazine, and I saw her in this Jarvis newspaper, and I said, I got to get back to Jarvis.
Oh, my goodness.
You went back looking?
Looking. And as it would be, she was semi-available. So the first day I got there, she's walking around in all her royalty, with her hand up like the queen. And here I am standing there in a white coat, and she shakes my hand, and she's been holding my hand ever since.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Let me.
So the whole handshake thing, I was like, will she ever let my hand go? And she's still holding it 35 years later. So I'm like, wow, what a handshake.
Tissue, please. Tissue. Okay.
Is that how it went?
Yeah. I was Miss Jarvis, and he was walking across the gym floor. You know how guys try to walk real cool, with a little pep in your step.
Yeah.
And I was looking. I was like, who is that guy?
You can curse. It's a safe space.
Okay, I was like, who is that nigga? Okay, so then he came over because I had my little Jarvis stuff on, and we shook hands. And to be honest, he wouldn't let my hand. You know that movie, Ray Charles, and he would hold her hand. He would do that. That's what he did. And I was like, And so anyway, the rest is history.
All right. So, was it a slow process of finding out? I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Because I feel as though, him being the gentleman, he put his hand out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know right off the bat you were interested? That you wanted to see what was behind Stefan, the man? Or was it one of those things was like, he got to prove it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, to be honest, no. I knew there was a lot of interest. Because he was a good-looking guy, still is.
So he was fine.
And he was fine. Okay? Because that was important. Okay? But then I kept thinking, what's behind the cute and fineness? You can't just be cute and fine.
Right.
So
that's a word.
When he told me what his major was, I knew then he had a lot of potential. Because you don't meet a whole lot of black guys that's majoring in mathematics.
That's real.
So mathematics to me meant he can count money. So he's got to be able to
make money,
make some.
I love how you was thinking with the long game.
Yeah,
that's a lost art for this generation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, and then to kind of bounce it off from you, Stefan.
Yes,
Mr. Chandler. I do want to know exactly. Was there any nerves when you went up there, or did you did you have a confidence? Because I feel like confidence gives off an aura, and women are always fans of confidence. Did you know when you was driving up there, the drivers from Houston, that I'm gonna pull her, I got her? You know what I'm saying? You wore white. I feel like you wore white.
You want to be seen.
You know what I'm saying? With a purpose. So kind of just give us the lay of the land.
Start with driving.
Yeah, that's the funniest part. I actually didn't drive. I had an Uber driver. It was called Greyhound.
So he made some stops.
So I made
sacrifices.
Man, I made a lot of stops. And when I got to the bus station, I actually slept in the bus station until the next morning when the Jarvis van came to scoop me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fresh off sleeping in the bus station, standing in line, trying to get through registration. There's a lot going on there. And so she walks up with her entire court, if you will, following her around and throwing roses in front of her, rose petals, and walking through all of that. And so I'm just saying, oh, that's Carol. I remember her. I saw her picture, yada, yada, yada. So she comes over, and like I said, she shook my hand. I said, wow, this is cool. Let's see how this is going to work, how it's going to play out. So I think I had the confidence. I wasn't, because by now she's a senior and I'm just a sophomore.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, is there any interest there? And so that same day we went and hung out. So I just like kind of went with the flow. But
who initiated the hangout?
I think we kind of both kind of mutually built that up. It was like, well, because it was in a one store town. It was like, well, let's go to the store and get some food. And so I kind of rode with her in her station wagon. But it was fun. I mean, every day was exciting. We kept a lot of excitement in it. She kept trying to tell me she could make rocks move by looking at them, and I was like, it was a lot of fun. So we had a lot of fun.
That's cute.
The courting process was fun.
True story. He did think that the rock was moving. I convinced him.
You convinced him.
I knew then. Okay, he's gullible. I'll take him. Okay.
I know it's a lot that we can talk about in y'all story, but another thing that we was talking about before y'all got in here was the fact, I said that I kind of wanted to touch on like when y'all knew that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with this person, because that's a big thing, you know what I'm saying, especially young. The world is large, you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
There's one person, this who I'm riding with for better or for worse.
Right.
I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Chandler.
Woo,
I'm glad you started.
I'm glad this is just an hour show.
Yeah.
So it's a real funny story. Carol had just come to Houston, to Fifth Ward, to actually drop me off, and it was about to snow.
Yeah.
And so she had to drive back to Dallas by herself in the snow.
Mm.
I said, "Wow, this is the one." That's when I knew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was she driving for?
To get back home to Dallas, because her dad was like, "When are you coming home? What are you doing in Houston?"
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, the song "Superstar" by Luther was playing,
Mm.
and it was just woo.
The setting was made.
That's
it
too
was,
cute.
Yeah.
Mama, you drove through the snow for this man?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, y'all
Yeah.
story from beginning to end is giving a Tyler Perry movie. But not one of the bad ones, like one of the good, the well done ones, like Why Did I Get Married ones. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
The
With a
well
little
done
budget.
ones.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Good lighting.
Because, that's the Jill Scott character riding through the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
Then you riding on the Greyhound to go meet the queen of this college.
Yeah, the queen of the college chair.
Am I lying?
This
This
is
is
true.
given. And
Yeah.
it's a romance movie in the making. You know what I mean? So I always say, finding out, how this thing kind of transpired. So you said you knew when she rode through the snow for you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like you knew beforehand because you was
Drove
willing
through
to
the snow,
ride
yeah.
through the snow for
Oh,
him.
I knew. I knew in the beginning. Look, in college, you date. I dated other guys.
Mm-hmm.
But when he came back, I was happy that he did come back.
Yeah.
Okay, and because I was dating someone else when he left.
So he intercepted.
Yeah. he intercepted because the guy I was dating got kicked out.
Oh, damn.
I'm just
Wow.
gonna tell you
By
that's the
default.
universe.
That was
Yeah.
the universe.
Right.
By
It was meant to
design.
Cleared the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he did come back, I think I had 1 year left, and he stayed, and then I moved on to Prairie View A&M University to work my master's degree,
Okay, now what you get? You got an MBA?
MBA in management, and
Them letters.
Yeah. MBA.
I was determined, much like this one, Sydney.
Yeah.
It's just determination. So just pressing forward.
And then the thing is, this was back then. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
were ahead of the curve, most definitely. And you got a great catch, Mr. Chandler.
Excuse me, could you repeat that?
You got a great catch.
Okay.
But I think he knew that, taking them trips up to PV, and he made sure you stayed focused because the pool was larger, from Georgia to PV,
Right.
it's more competition. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
absolutely. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there any questionable moments where it's like it might not?
Yes, there was questionable moments. Leaving him at Jarvis. I'm sure there were those that were happy Miss Jarvis was gone. Now we can see what's the deal.
What's really going
temptation.
on?
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yes, that's always there. But I think we were, we just kind of couldn't live without each other.
Oh, my
driving through
goodness.
the snow. And this is driving through the snow when my dad was adamant and my mom about me not doing, I'd go to sleep in 50. Look, don't have me. I can't do it now
Yeah.
because I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was determined and just, kind of going back and forth with my parents. That's how committed I was, I guess. And so, yeah, I knew way back then.
Okay, y'all walk down
Mm-hmm.
the aisle.
Let's go before that.
But before that,
Let me, yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, because I know the timeline.
Yeah, give me the timeline.
Yeah. So, y'all met at Jarvis, boom. You get your MBA at Prairie View, boom,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Somewhere around, let's say, 87, 1987 vibes. Y'all are still together.
Yeah.
Mama, you living in Dallas.
Right.
Was Daddy in Dallas? You convinced him to move to Dallas?
He eventually moved to Dallas. Yeah.
You know how hard that was back then to get a man from Houston to move to Dallas?
I know. And without a job.
Stepping out on faith.
Stepping out on faith.
You trusted her leadership, Daddy, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What? No, this is what he trusted. I had job interviews already lined up. I mean, I just let him just move. Yeah, I was really actively trying to help him find a job.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel as though the sacrifices y'all made for each other is the most impressive thing. I just want to give y'all flowers right now. So
yes, thank you.
Tell you what y'all was doing. I just didn't want to bypass that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, Daddy.
Yeah.
You smart, majoring in mathematics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know you capable, right?
Yep.
But you come from humble beginnings. Nobody's trying to just stay in Fifth Ward, right? Did you come to Dallas for love and life? See what else is out there, financially wise. And then you and Mama are still together. What happened from y'all moving in? Now y'all live in the same city as college graduates to marriage. What was in between?
Wow, there was a lot going on there. That's a lot to unpack. Because, I still had hopes of trying to get in the NBA.
Because you played basketball at Jarvis. You was that nigga. Right?
Some games, yeah, I was that
She
nigga.
said she was spitting as soon as he walked
He
up.
was tall, 6'2".
With plenty to do.
All the hair in the world.
Yeah. So, that's another reason I knew she was the one, because she sponsored the entire trip for me to go try out for the CBA. So we flew to Cali. I clowned in Cali. They kept telling me you was the best, yada, yada, yada. And so one of the guys said, so what are you going to do? You going to continue to try to go to the CBA? I said, no, I'm going to go to IBM.
More letters.
Because she had me a job at IBM.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
You setting the bar high. I'm just letting you.
You hear that, ladies?
Yes, tissue for the man.
The bar is high. It's just like real high.
I have questions about the millennial comparison to what this origin is like, but I kind of want to get there after we cross the marriage. Well, no, because like nowadays in pop culture or in Black culture, on Twitter culture, a lot of the conversations are about, seeing potential in a man, pouring into a man, or not, right? When you know a man is worth doing the things that you kind of did. And I don't want to make it one-sided, Daddy. I know you provided value to Mom as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But speaking of the value that we've talked about, job or whatever, all this kind of stuff, some women, it's a fine line between seeing potential and taking care of a man or whatever. It's a fine line there. So I guess your discernment must have been top-notch to know that you were doing this for the right person.
Yeah, well, I saw potential, but it was risky.
Yeah.
Because he said I sponsored the trip. I was working at IBM. I saved the money to make this trip, hoping that there in my mind, let me pay for this because he's going to the NBA.
Right, it was an investment.
I'm thinking this was an investment. So when he started talking about CBA, I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh Lord. Okay.
Was it a quiet trip back home?
No. It was good. It was good because we had a good time there. We had a great time.
And it was a vacation.
Yeah, it was a vacation.
I'm not gonna lie. Just the fact that you did that. I'm just so it's just trying to think of how that would play out in the day, in the day's time, like a chick working, paying for her dude to go get an NBA tryout. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be people that's gonna think you're a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's gonna, especially family that have the best hopes for you.
Yeah. Right.
And so I know that was kind of like outside noise sometimes.
Sure.
How did y'all like navigate that?
We loved each other.
Oh.
Simple answer.
I mean,
yeah.
And the noise was there.
Yeah.
My friends, he came from nothing, he ain't gonna never be nothing.
Well, Daddy, did your family think Mama was too bougie for you?
No, because we had a. This is gonna be good. Okay. We had a collection of roaches.
Where is this?
In Houston, in Fifth Ward, we had a collection of roaches, and when she came to the house and the roach crawled on her, again, I knew she was the one.
You kept it cool.
No, I said I'm going to a hotel and paid for it.
But she took the roaches with her to the hotel.
Was it a slight exit or was it like
I'm out?
Hell about it.
Oh no, we went to a hotel or something, didn't we? Hey, wait a minute.
But that was funny though, because she, anybody else was like, "Oh Lord, you got roaches," and they'd have broken ran. She was like, "Let's get a hotel room." I said, "Oh, okay."
She's
cool.
smooth. Okay,
Kept it cool, you know what I'm saying? Didn't embarrass you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Because I was used to him. I knew him. I mean, I knew his name.
Been with me for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say that's cute. That's gross, but that's cute. That's cute.
You know, like Mike had been. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had cockroaches and roaches, but yeah, she was cool with it. So I knew then. I said, "Hey, man, this girl check all the boxes."
Yeah, that's what's up. So then y'all in Dallas, both at IBM.
Yep.
Y'all got married, but what led up into that point?
Oh wow. Let's see. So this is funny because I think we went to get our wedding license about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. They kept expiring.
Yeah.
Wait.
She was traveling. I was doubtful. She was traveling. I kept, do I want to do this? Does this have to happen? And so one day I was playing basketball. I mean, I was into the game. And so I went to her house and she was like, let's go do this. And so her parents were out of town. So we went to the church. I called up my college pastor, who I knew very well, who a good friend of hers and mine.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to his church. She got her sister. I got my boy. Those were the witnesses. She got some flowers off the pew that were plastic. And we stood there and we did the doggone thing. I mean, we had planned this huge wedding. She wanted to be in the paper. She wanted to be in all the societal magazines. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I can afford to do that because I don't know if my family have the resources to come here to do all of this. And so we just opted out.
Yeah.
You made the ultimate sacrifice, for some women because they feel like that they have this visual of what their wedding day looks like.
Mm-hmm.
We've said, Sydney was fortunate enough to share y'all wedding photo.
Yes.
And I just want to say, first of all, for people who are not seeing the visual, let me set the scene.
Okay.
When he said that she said, let's go do this, he's not saying that and then there's like a small block of time for him to go get fresh, put on a suit.
Oh,
go
yeah.
Get a cut.
Yeah.
He literally was like, let me go marry this woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In this yellow T-shirt. You went and got those plastic flowers. And y'all are here 35 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Through all the BS. Through 9/11. I don't know why 9/11.
That's important because he was in New York during 9/11 for real.
Raising them.
Yep.
It kind of tie on like raising them. Y'all, having kids. Did that change anything in y'all marriage? Or did it bring y'all closer together? How was that?
Well, I'll take this one.
Yeah, go right ahead. You got it. You got the flow.
I think it's not so much that it changed us because we wanted kids. I remember, before we got married, saying that we wanted kids and that I wanted a boy and a girl. I also asked for a picket fence and I told him, I said, I want a boy and a girl, and I want you to buy me a Volkswagen, a Volvo wagon for the kids. Now, I haven't gotten that yet. Okay.
She had the visual.
Yeah.
That's her Pinterest board.
Yeah, that was her mood board. Okay, she
yeah.
had a vision.
A Volvo SUV would do just fine now. But nevertheless, we had a little bit of a different parenting style. Just a little bit. We knew we wanted kids that were well mannered, and we were gonna make sure that they were well mannered and had all the attention that they needed, and we supported anything that they did. But family is very important to us, and being there for one another. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that's all you have.
Truly.
Really. And so, yeah, we've been able to raise two, we believe, really great kids. And Sydney, I know she just celebrated her birthday. She's 35 and all. I just wanted to say, as a loving parent, she is single. But
do you find yourself now at this point trying to marry her off more often these days?
Oh yes, I always got my ears. Look, hey, wherever I go, I see somebody. If I think they're single.
Has there been any almost moments where it's like, damn, she almost had them when you introduced her, or do you just steer away from whatever she feel like it's for you, Sydney?
I've had almost moments to where I thought this person might be the person, but there wasn't nobody that she introduced me to.
That's what I'm saying. She ain't never hit on nobody?
No, absolutely not. And I'll be honest, admittedly, I don't really trust her judgment that well.
That's a shame.
Because to me, being a part of culture and the way I see it is an important trait. And I don't know if she's keen enough to vet that trait.
Anybody that passed her test, you feel like y'all ain't gonna vibe?
Ish. But I will say at the Southern Classic, Mama went to the Southern Classic and she saw a guy who I think she thought might be a cool person for me to get to know or whatever. And she made the introduction. And I don't want to say we hit it off, but we did hit it off. We vibed, we were cool, we exchanged numbers. We texted for 2 seconds, but he seemed like to be a good guy. So that one, I thought she did a good job. And then it also gave he and I just something to chat about, which is a common denominator.
Story.
Exactly. It's
you know
a cute
what I'm
little origin story.
So. And little does she know, I've already been trying to find that person a job here in Dallas.
Oh, my God.
Look. She on his LinkedIn you see, look. My future son-in-law.
Help somebody, please.
You understand how she staked her claim? When you start
I didn't know.
You know what? I'm always thinking of others.
You're so.
I have a candidate.
Right. Nah, absolutely not. She's always trying to marry me off. It's cute though. It's cute.
Sydney, you just know you always got somebody that's out. You got a committee that's out there always in your favor.
Absolutely.
So if you strike out, just know it's a backup player somewhere.
Isn't that nice?
Very
That's a hell of an advantage to go out into the world with.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mom.
And there indeed lies the two different styles of parenting, because I don't even cross that line. I just wait for her to find whoever it is so I can drill and grill the heck out of them. So
you're just patient.
I'm just patient.
Are you that type? Or because I always want to know. I don't have any kids yet, so I've always wanted to know how would I don't know how I would be. Especially with my daughter.
Yeah.
Bring it home, and I feel like the dudes get worse over time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't even want to know how this gonna look in 2054. You know what I'm saying? That's scary. You know what I'm saying? So. How did you handle that? You know what I'm saying? What was that process like?
Well, there's been so few. So I haven't really had to.
I vet them before they get to my parents.
I haven't really had to employ those skills, but I just look forward to the day that I have to sit down with this guy and kind of look him in the eye and see where he's from, what his visions and what his hopes are and what he plans to do, those kinds of things, because I want to make sure that my daughter is safe and secure. But, some of the things that he needs to know, of course, he needs to know there's going to be some collaboration. I mean, there needs to know there's going to be communication. He has to be caring. So I just want to talk to him about those kinds of things and just know that he's in for the long haul and not just in it for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because don't have me getting accustomed to you being around and you go ghost. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to lie. I feel like that's why people protect with their parents, especially with with significant others, because I've had a situation where somebody tried to reach out to my parent around me. You know what I'm saying? Talk some sense into me, quote unquote. Don't you ever get that? Comfortable with my parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, Sydney,
Twan,
I got a question.
Okay.
What was a moment in your life growing up? You could tell it now.
Okay.
Is there anything that you got away with your parents that they don't know to this day? You're 35 years old. You on the other side of adulthood. I want to give you the floor to let the world know, yes, I did it. You can tell us. You can take a moment.
Okay, let me take a moment. Let me give me 5 seconds. Is that cool?
Yeah.
She's trying to figure out which story to tell.
You lied. You can tell the truth now.
I'm trying to think.
There's so many. Look, she's trying to figure out which one you're going to tell.
You know what? It probably will come to me later, but at first thought, I'll be honest, I was terrified as a kid. When I lived under their roof, I was terrified. Mm-hmm. Not terrified like they was going to kill me, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't like being in trouble. I fucking hate it. You know what I'm saying? It's like anxiety. I wonder if they still love me. They disappointed. I failed. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling. And they could tell me they were disappointed in me and it would crush me. You know what I'm saying? So I just wasn't that. I never sneaking out. I think that's absurd. Like, how do you leave the house? No.
See.
Oh, no.
I had a single parent household, so my mom was tired. You know what I'm saying? And she slept hard. You know what I'm saying? I snuck out every day. Like,
no.
Like every night. It became the point, like, I just had my stuff by the door. Like, she never called me. I'm like, that's a damn shame. They working her too damn hard at that job. You ain't got to use the restroom. You gonna come and check on me and look and see if I'm, you know, in there. Like a whole year of school, like just
sneaking out.
So the fact that you were doing that, wow.
I was not. No, my brother was different. You know what I'm saying? I do have a brother, y'all.
We're not gonna lie, you snitch.
I'm not snitching. These are things that they know about. He would get in trouble for. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He's already, you know, been atoned. But I just wasn't a sneak out kid. I had a boyfriend out throughout high school, and
you never snuck him in a window, nothing.
They told us, it was in elementary, when we moved into that house, they told us that there were alarms on the windows.
No, damn.
And my dumb ass believed it for all of my days. Isn't that crazy? I was scared.
That is a hell of a scare tactic.
Isn't it?
Like,
it worked.
I ain't even got to spend money on this shit.
Yeah.
It's cameras in here. Dumb ass. Don't even know.
Just don't.
The VCR looking
just
at me.
Don't.
Like, could you imagine? Nah, that's you giving out secrets now. You know what I'm saying?
But that really worked. And we had an alarm system. And the alarm base, whatever. It's just too much to sneak out, in my opinion. Now, and I just didn't want to worry them about where I was. You know what I'm saying? That's scary, I would imagine, as a parent to go check on your child.
Absolutely.
And they're not in there because you out philandering and whatnot. That's stupid to me. So logically, it didn't make sense.
So, since she was such a great kid,
yeah,
quote unquote, what was the proudest moment? We're going to say as a child, you know, because, you know, I feel as though she had her moments. Was there a standout moment where it was like, that's my baby? Because we're going to give her flowers on her birthday. We're going to let these people know she had sense growing up.
Yeah.
So, y'all have a moment, you know what I'm saying? It could have been a 5th grade promotion, whatever it was, you know?
I think for me, the proudest moment was when she was in high school. I think I was proud that she made the drill team, and then she was a homecoming queen. But, you know, I knew she had something.
Yeah.
I knew she had something and that she was going to be something special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew then.
So that means you talked a lot.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like when a parent say that means they have a kid that is loquacious and has a aura about them. But sometimes people try to put it in a box and like kind of like dim that light.
Yeah.
Did y'all find yourself having to like make sure she had the confidence to be able to? Because I feel like that's big with parents.
Yeah.
That have kids that have a flair, that have energy about them. How did y'all manage that?
I think what's important in what we did, they at home, I mean, they could be themselves, they could talk, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But supporting kids, going to their games, going to their events, going to whatever it is, and being present.
Yeah.
Okay. And they, you know, I remember I played tennis for my high school, but my parents didn't come to the game. They worked, you know, but I don't recall. I think I may remember maybe my dad coming to one match, and I was really trying to show out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when parents are there, it does something to the kids, you know, in terms of their self-esteem.
Yeah.
That's real.
You know, you just have to. I mean, you know, that's your kid, so you can't just ignore them. You shouldn't anyway. I know that happens, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because you want to do your best to mold them into, you know, somebody special like my little Sydney over there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and I just like to piggyback off that because, you know, I knew when she got to school and she had a lot of young ladies that were following her leadership. She wasn't following them. She was leading. And that was important because you don't want a kid that's just going to be a follower and just kind of go with the norm and do the things that they're doing. And I remember taking her and maybe 5 or 6 of her little girlfriends to a trip to Austin. And, you know, they were rowdy, but I gave them their space. And then later that night I got a call that they needed to go to the drugstore because they forgot something, their makeup or what have you. And then I later found out that was not the entire truth. But one of the young ladies was trying to find out what was going on with her body. It was changing.
Yeah.
And so, but Sydney later told me months later what had happened, and I don't want to air it on the show, but it was for me, I was proud that my daughter hadn't got caught up in that type of conundrum, if you will. She was centered, she was grounded, and she knew not to do the things that this young lady had done. And so that was just a proud papa moment for me.
I remember that.
Because I'm not gonna lie, you know, I feel like seeing your kid go out into the world, you know what I'm saying? Like when y'all dropped off at school.
Oh man. Wow. Oh man.
That was just traumatic.
Did you drop some tears?
Did they?
Yeah, wow.
They might cry right now.
Yeah.
Come on. He already is, but here's the thing. He's crying just thinking about it.
Yeah, wow.
We cried the whole way back.
Oh my gosh.
It's terrible.
And Sydney was trying to hit the yard. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know she dropped her stuff off in
You
there.
know what?
I was sad too, though. I was scared. I mean, I wasn't sad
scared?
long. Okay? I was not sad long, but I had a great upbringing.
Yeah.
And I lived in Dallas my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was moving to the capital of Texas. That's all I knew about Austin.
Yeah.
Is that it was the capital of Texas. And the school I was going to had just won the national championship. We beat USC.
Yeah.
And so I was like, dang, it's going to be some fine niggas here because they play football. That's what I thought. It's truly what I thought. And I also had the privilege of having like 7 other people from my high school went to UT as well.
Yeah.
So I had a tribe. I wasn't alone. My god sister went there. And so I remember the day that they left. I was sad because like I'm not going to see them every day type stuff. Like, you know, just immediate sadness. But then like after that it was over. But I know that they were toe up.
Yeah, because I actually drove her to college. I was still chasing the basketball. I had busted my knee, so I'm driving her to college with one leg, and the other leg was kind of hoisted in the air.
Yeah.
So that was going on, and then the fact that I'm leaving my daughter in a strange place without being able to protect her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna handle because I'm an older brother, and I have boys under me, and I know how nervous I am with them in the world, and they grown ass men. So like, I don't even want to know how through I'm gonna be. Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna be able to drive back. I'm just gonna be like just done because especially like dropping them off this large school with
It's huge.
50,000 undergrads.
Yes.
And you just hope you gave her enough street sense to like survive. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I ain't gonna lie. What is the one thing? See, this is a question for you. What is like the one thing that kind of like makes you most proud of being their daughter?
The thing that makes me most proud. I don't know if this answers your question, but the thing that makes me proud to be a part of this family.
Yeah.
Am I emotional? Ugh. Okay. They're just so cool.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really, growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends who had 2-parent households. It was kind of me, my homegirl did, but that was kind of really it. You know what I'm saying? And so I really wasn't around mother-father dynamics often.
Yeah.
In my circle. And then the more I kind of grew up, my house was the hub house. My parents us and sleepovers at other folks' houses, they just didn't get down like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a weird life, weird world we live in. And they wasn't talking about that. So my house was the sleepover house. We was the fish fry house. We was the everybody come over to our house, right? My cousin played in NFL for the Cowboys. We all came to our house, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
to kind of commune as a family. So I love that they've always been hosts and hostess, hosts or whatever to the family and friends in the community. And then as I grew up, high school, 2 of my friends got kicked out the house the same week. Same week.
Yeah.
And my mama let both of them girls stay with me until their parents let them back in. My parents were like that. Prom, I won prom queen, but my mama had donated prom dresses to my high school for the girls who didn't have prom dresses. My daddy was a substitute teacher in my elementary school because he was a helicopter parent and wanted to always know what was going on in his kid's life. So, and I would see they've always just been transparent and present. Their marriage hasn't always been smooth, but they didn't keep that from us.
Yeah.
And a lot of families keep that kind of stuff from their kids, understandably so, to protect them. But my parents they weren't those type of parents. They let us know what was going on. We saw it. We felt it with them. You know what I'm saying? We healed with them. Therapy. We healed with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so knowing that my parents are open, choose to create community and love on us and make us, I'm who I am.
Yeah.
I'm always who I am. I'm very open about that. But that came from them. And so I've always just been proud of how transparent and yeah.
Man, I love to hear and one of the things that because I'm not gonna lie, when I met Sydney, I noticed that she had a confidence about her, and then I remember when she would post because that was my first exposure to y'all, and and I noticed her dynamic with you because you had the privilege of being able to go to Italy and work over there. First of all, kind of just the back pedal. How was that experience being away from somebody you had literally been a 30-year marriage with?
Well, it was a challenge.
Yeah.
When I got the news that there was an opportunity to work overseas in Italy, of course I talked to Stefan about it, and he was excited about it. And he said, "When we moving?"
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, this is great." And then as the time got closer to moving, he said, "Now when are you leaving?" I said, okay, yeah. So, made that move. They picked up all my stuff. I got over there, and I was excited about the opportunity. It was a 3-year assignment, supposed to be a 3-year assignment. Turned out to be 3.5 years. But it was a sacrifice. Why? Because I knew that if I could go over there and worked that amount of time and, stack my paper, that we would be better off financially. So it was a sacrifice. Not only was it a sacrifice, when I got over there, it was a great, I had a team of people that worked for me, and they made it easy for me to integrate into the Italian lifestyle.
Yeah, shout out her friends. That was real nice when I visited.
I've got some great friends there. They're still there, but and so it gave me the opportunity for my family to come over and visit and to do some traveling over there. Sydney and I went to, where did we go?
Everywhere, girl. Rome.
We was following her on social media. This was when the world was like trying to open back up. And so we were just trying to just anything. And so I remember it was like that's when I kind of realized y'all dynamic was like it was special. Yeah. And so and I could think of I can't imagine like 3.5 years going outside your normal. You have this cadence, this rapport that you have. Was there ever a moment though where you were willing to where you was like, I don't know if I can make it to the end of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, or did it get easier over time? How was that?
It got easier over time, but once it got easier over time, there did come a point where I was like, look, I need to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
3 years turned into 3.5.
Right.
But, again, I was stacking the paper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ultimate sacrifice.
And seeing the world.
And seeing the world and allowing my family to see the world. But I was excited, obviously, to go to all these different places, But I have to tell you, when I came back, I told Stefan, you know what, it's time for me to come back. I told Sydney, you can go ahead and remove those cameras from the house. Because Mom was coming back home.
Okay, period.
Like, so you said your mom was coming back home. But I can only imagine it feel like almost like being a newlywed almost all over again. That you didn't have that big of a gap and living under the same roof permanently. And now y'all back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Did it take some getting accustomed to again and living with each other?
Daddy, let me ask you that. Cause
you
was living La Vida Loca.
Yeah.
You was turned.
Like, how did you put the toothpaste back in the tube?
Thank you. Let the seat down.
It was tough because, now I'm accustomed to coming home every night by myself, not having to, where you been, what's going on, how was your day? So it's just me and the television. And so it was just, when she came back, you're right. It's like, just trying to deal with the whole point of having her back home, trying to adjust to that. Because when she came back home, her car wasn't shipped home, so we had to wait for her car to be shipped. So we were carpooling, and so that kind of helped us kind of catch up. But it was a lot just trying to get used to it because I was home alone basically, and we had a couple of snowstorms that ripped through the house and tore up the house, and normally she would be there to kind of orchestrate all of that.
Yeah.
So I had to lean on Sid to kind of get that done, and then she was trying to manage from abroad, and so you had the snowstorms, you had COVID-19.
COVID.
It had a lot going on, and and here I was, I'm like, I don't want to catch COVID, so what am I going to do? And trying to stay out of that deal, and then I'm working from home, managing 6 people who thought they were on a staycation, and so. It was there was a lot of dynamics, but when she came home, it was like, I was glad she was back, and, we kind of rekindled some things. But I must say, though, when she first left, I was like, wow, it's almost like getting a reprieve from the governor. I'm about to be home alone. She's in Italy. I'm in the States. We're going to see how this work out. But we fought through it. We got through it. And, I had a chance to visit Italy, here it is, a cat from Fifth Ward who goes to Italy, and you're like, wow, I never thought I'd get to see something of that magnitude.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
See it?
Yeah.
Anything you want to kind of like share with us about your experience and, with your mom being away, was that an adjustment period?
Yeah, it was an adjustment just because I was the only girl in the house. You know what I'm saying? My family, we stayed together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me, mama, daddy, and man, my brother. And so it's 2 girls, 2 boys. You know what I'm saying? And that part was gone. You know what I'm saying? And then she's a supervisor of nature. She's just naturally a manager. She has a managerial spirit. And so when she was gone, that was gone, which is kind of cool. Not gonna lie, mama. It was kind of like we was all just doing our own thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It wasn't about like this. Because she's just a manager, you know what I'm saying? She's really good at making sure things get done. Yeah. But I'm my daddy's daughter, you know what I'm saying? So I'm lax. My brother is my daddy's son, you know what I'm saying? We just chilling.
Operating madness.
Exactly. But then when something would happen, like pipes bursting or the AC going out, COVID, stupid shit, I would have to step up, you know what I'm saying? And kind of be the woman of the house vibe, you know what I'm saying? And have to like, do shit. And that was annoying because I don't have kids and I ain't got no man. So it was just like, damn.
It's giving Crooklyn.
Maybe I was Troy.
You was acting like Troy. Combing hat stuff.
Maybe I was. My niece would visit. I was combing her. You know what I'm saying? So, but there are moments when I would, miss my mom. You know what I'm saying? Things would happen at home. We would all be, sad or something would happen. We would lose somebody in our family. My mama wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? So like that was sad. But when 2019 vibes, I fell into a depression because I was broke. You know what I'm saying? I was so broke. I quit my job, I was broke. and I had just bought a round trip ticket to go see my mama. So when I got there, I ain't had no money to do shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was just sad.
Yeah.
But her energy, she's just fun. You know what I'm saying? She's fun. She wanted to do stuff. We went to Germany. We did New Year's Eve in London. Went to several bingo halls. I don't even want to talk about that.
Love that.
She loved bingo, y'all. Well, no matter the country, overseas bingo.
How you play bingo overseas?
Just like you do over here. With a lot of smoke.
I won more over there though.
But going over there again, like she said, it allowed us to visit. My cousin visited, their couple friends, they visited. So it was all in all very dope. Pandemic scared me though, because pandemic hit Italy hard. I don't know if y'all remember.
I remember.
The hardest.
I remember it like shut down. Like,
yeah, the hardest.
And I had just left in January. And then 3 months later it was lockdown. So that was scary. But I will say, when I think about my ideal marriage, right? If I were to get married, I want it to be like we're married and then every 5 years we have a check-in and an option to renew our contract.
Like renewing your driver's license.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. We're doing your gun license, all that, whatever.
It's going to be a hard date? Like, okay.
I mean, it could be a soft date, but like an extra, like we ain't going to 6 years without renegotiate. Yeah, like let's renegotiate. Let's talk. Let's talk about this. Let me tell you where you suck
I've been playing like a superstar player. Now, so
and you ain't. You know what I'm saying? But what I think the beauty of what happened with their marriage is they essentially kind of got a 3-year, a gap year. You know what I'm saying? Just some time. So she got to do her own thing. She was in the Swiss Alps. She was in Spain, Milan, whatever, and he just chilling, doing what
he. You didn't feel
he was at Glorious.
Feel irritated at all when you came back and just was like, "Damn, I'm back here." You know what I'm saying? Because Texas feels so like
I know.
a letdown.
You know what? I you know what? I tried to, I would send them pictures of where I was with all my travels and stuff. To try to, because I wish they could have experienced it with me.
Yeah.
But I tried to bring them into the fold. But then when I came back, I had to go back country life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had become accustomed to the Italian way of life.
That's an adjustment.
What was your favorite part of Italian life that's different than here?
And don't say bingo.
Okay.
You know what? It's strange. But my favorite thing to do over there was really to go to the casino. Look, and that was on base. That wasn't even out.
God.
That wasn't even
in the city.
They call it in the economy, but nevertheless, no, really, it's the travel. You can get on a train and go practically anywhere.
Yeah,
and about like the food and everything like that. How was that getting accustomed to? Because I feel like they cook with a lot of like handmade, homemade things.
Yeah.
It's a rich, it's a freshness to the food.
Mm-hmm.
So you come back here, you know what I'm saying? I'm like getting readjusted to American food after you didn't have this lovely cuisine for 3.5 years.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, they eat well, meaning the food is good for you. Every Saturday morning, I would go to the market and get all my good fresh fruits and vegetables and flowers.
The market to get your flowers and your vegetables.
Okay, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
and consequently, I lost weight in the process because I was eating things that was good for me.
Yeah.
All this soda and all. They don't drink. When you drink soda over there, they think there's something wrong with you. They don't. It's not like you soda. Now, when I went there, I was not a wine drinker.
Yeah.
But
you got culture. You got more culture.
Yeah. After living there, I couldn't do it without it.
Yeah.
I used to have wine glasses. Then when I would come
drinking
home,
the wines on the top shelf, not the bottom shelf, because you know about the density and all that now.
Well, yeah, because I remember coming home from work, and I remember I was going to pour me a glass of wine. And I was like, why am I wasting this glass? I just took it to the head. You know what I mean? I'm like, what am I doing?
Why
wasting
am I
dishes?
Why am I wasting time?
This not act brand new.
Right.
That's too cute.
But it was an enjoyable experience.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Just sitting here talking through the journey with y'all has been like an amazing moment.
Yeah.
I feel like it's perfect timing having this show because I'm in a relationship right now and I'm working towards the ultimate goal, walking down the aisle, and I was just telling y'all about hosting, for the first time and feeling like, you're ingratiated in creating a family or, your own family origin story in a way. Is there any advice y'all have before we get out of here for any people as far as marriage and just navigating a relationship with a person? I'm gonna just let both of y'all have the floor. Y'all can be as transparent as y'all want to be.
Okay, Stefan?
Yeah, I definitely want to go first.
Oh, shit.
This is right in my wheelhouse. I just think that a lot of the young people today, they're caught up in the commercial brand of the whole marriage scheme. And so I would say, I know you want to have a beautiful wedding and you want to have the flowers and all of that. You want to have all of that, but do you have the substance behind it? Do you want to just spend the money to have a gorgeous wedding and then 2 years later you're divorced? So it's like, did you really get the true ROI on the event? And so I would say spend the time, save the money for something that you could really use it for down the road, like purchasing a home or, taking a family vacation. But don't just, pour it all into a lofty wedding to impress people who don't like you, who are going to be talking about you. And, it's like, why would I do all of that? Why would I waste all of that money and time on something like that? So I would just say make sure that you have some substance in your relationship. Make sure you have communication, collaboration. Notice you're going to have to compromise. It just can't be your way or no way. It has to be a compromise, and you have to have that the caring within that concept as well. So the young people today, I've seen weddings that are just elaborate. I mean, $200,000-$300,000, 4 or 5. Little girls throwing flowers. And then 5 years later, they're like, well, it didn't work out. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So if that's any advice I can give to any young people, I would say, make sure that that's something that you can afford to do financially and make sure that you, spend your money wisely because it's tough.
Yeah. That's real, Daddy.
What about yourself?
I think, certainly what he said, I piggyback off of what Stefan said. I think for me, in addition to what he said is, communication certainly, but you have to also, you have to be patient with one another. You can't just think that you guys are at the same place at the same time, mentally. Sometimes you have to bring somebody up.
Yeah.
And sometimes they may have to bring you up. Okay. You don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. I know sometimes, you think you know everything, but you don't. There's something that you can learn from someone else.
Yeah.
But patience, and have fun and laugh. He's hilarious. he is hilarious. But find something that you guys both like to do, some kind of hobby or something or another. But nevertheless, communication really is key, and honesty. You ain't got to be lying all the time. I know you're gonna be lying sometime, but you don't have to lie all the time.
Okay.
I appreciate y'all giving us some insight. I hope y'all take it in.
For real.
Open ears. It's not somebody 13 years old giving us marital advice.
Okay.
That's the audience for that be trying to coach us through while they sit in their cars and go home to empty houses. So we hear it from some people who actually in the trenches.
Right.
And doing it for real.
Doing the work.
But now, Sid, we celebrating. It's a holiday this weekend. Is there anything you want to kind of announce or just put out there or just kind of any words before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just am just grateful to be 35 and alive, to be honest. I'm grateful that y'all love each other enough to birth me. Thank you. You guys, it's probably your greatest accomplishment to date.
They didn't say that.
So my best work.
I read minds. But no, thank y'all for raising me to be the amazing woman that you guys see before me. I'm just really grateful to be 35. I'm excited for what this new year is going to bring. And that's really it. I've had a really great year. I'm so grateful. I've just been in a gratitude space lately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so grateful. I have my own place. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I ain't got nobody out there cheating on me. Thank God. And I ain't got no kids to go run home, and I'm good.
You glowing out here.
I'm having a great time, okay? I'm living the best life.
Sounded like a Mara Brocco Kill show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just big ups to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful. That's
so
me.
the next show you gonna be hearing the recap. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hopefully it's all good vibes. You know what I'm
my
saying?
birthday party is this weekend. We're gonna go up. Twin gonna be there.
I got my race car jacket.
Yes,
know what
me
I'm saying?
too. Me too.
I'm stepping in my Air Force Ones with the shoestrings matching the fit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's going
I got
down.
my fake grill.
I got custom. Me too. And I got custom shirts for people. I have custom styrofoam cups.
It's lit. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna
I'm
be
looking
cute.
forward to it. And thank y'all for birthing her. So she was cool enough to introduce me to Oak Cliff. She gave me my Oak Cliff pass.
Yes, I
Good.
did.
Well, thank you for having us on here. I mean, it's great, and I think it's perfect timing. It's the holiday season when you're spending time with your families, and people need to hear this. I think it'll help somebody along the way. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it allows you to humanize your parents. You know, some people are
Absolutely.
not fortunate enough to have that bond with their parents. So take the time as you get through life, try to humanize your parents. Put yourself in their shoes. You know what I'm saying? And because I feel as though that's one thing we have to realize. It's like our parents, you only get one set of them.
Yep.
So, learn to appreciate them, love on them, let them love on you. You know what I'm saying? Even as you grow up. So, Sid, thank you for sharing your parents with us today.
You welcome.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime. They'll be back.
Thank y'all for braving the weather, And if y'all want to come back and pull up anytime, if you got some stuff you want to get out, y'all ain't even got to come together.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Just pull up how y'all want to. It's an open invite. So again, thank y'all.
Wait, I got something to say.
What's
Before
up?
we get out of here, do y'all have something y'all want to plug? Anything?
Well, not really. I mean,
Okay.
I kind of do, but yeah, I guess I want to plug. I'd love to come back to the show to talk about helping individuals find viable employment.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of her and I. That's our wheelhouse. We're both in HR. We've probably helped thousands of people land jobs and land careers throughout our career.
That's a top of the year show.
So
Yeah.
We need
just-
to have that episode
Yeah.
in January when people are, knee deep and looking for new employment.
Yeah, so let us know because that's definitely in our wheelhouse.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Mommy, you have anything you want to plug?
No, well, other than first, thank you, both of you guys, for having us here.
You're welcome, Mama.
And I'm hoping that we've touched someone that's listening. The only thing that I know to plug is the business that I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm a retired HR professional, but I've decided to join a family business that we have, which is in property management. We manage both commercial and residential properties. The name of the business is Lone Star Property Management.
Mm-hmm.
And we are also looking to have a big estate sale.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had an antique shop. Stefan calls it Sanford and Son. But anyway, she had an antique shop, and so we're planning on having a big estate sale on the 14th of December at Lone Star Property Management in Dallas, Cedar Crest. That's it.
Okay.
Sid, you do your job of getting it out there and making sure everybody know where they can find the information about the estate sale again, because I know people are into that. That's a thing now. You know, make sure you go through everything, and then you ain't getting rid of no valuable stuff.
She won't. She be on like a dog on a bone.
Because somebody gonna come in there and buy and come up off y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do not want that. So,
She don't play.
No.
But yeah, no, that's good. I love it. I put it out there, Mama.
Hey, our cousins, our happy hour cousins, we glad that y'all were able to pull up with us again. Sorry for the wait, but it was worth it.
Absolutely.
And if you listen to this, enjoy your family and stay out the way on this holiday season. And then make sure you're saving money for Christmas.
Amen.
You know, we do not need y'all broke going into the
Ho, ho, ho.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, this your boy Antoine.
This is Sydney, a.k.a. Stephanie.
And this is Let's Drink to That podcast. We out of here. Peace.
Bye.